How beneficial is it for a company to use business intelligence? Lazydays is the leading seller of recreational vehicles. With over 500 employees and dealerships in Tampa, Florida and Tucson, Arizona, they have over $500 million in yearly revenue, and they are a new member to the IBM Cognos suite of products. Let's hear from Randy Lay, the Vice President and Chief Financial Officer.
So we're the largest RV dealer in the country, and we work in a very competitive market. We have to understand what's happening on the web services side of our business, because we have a very significant internet presence, and a lot of commerce that comes to our lot or over the phone ultimately ends up in a sale really comes through that channel. So we really need to understand everything about what's going on in that environment, and that results in capturing massive amounts of data and then manipulating that data to try to get some insights that will be of value for us as an operating company and in being successful in our marketplace. So a lot of complexity, a lot of need to reduce that complexity to something that's very simple to understand, and that requires significant data crunching and a vehicle that you can do that with great flexibility to answer ad hoc and sometimes set questions. Historically for us, it's become terrifically important to gather all the information we can in one place, make sure we vet it, make sure it's accurate, make sure it's reasonable, and then draw on that one source of information, because otherwise you have all of your operating executives who are making decisions in their particular functional areas off a different version of the truth. So that's one issue that we've had to face historically. Now, we did that by building SQL databases and doing all the things that you normally would do to make sure you had one version of the truth. Distributing that information in a format that everybody could understand and being able to manipulate that information historically again always ended up as being a war of the spreadsheets. You got to the point that you were massively exceeding the capacity that any single Excel spreadsheet or pick your Microsoft Office product was able to handle. So historically, we were at a loggerheads in terms of how we're going to manage this data, make it flexible and usable, and then still make sure we hewed to one version of what the truth was for our operating decisions. Where we were not where we needed to be was really in the sophistication of bringing together those things that are happening in what's increasingly an electronic and mobile marketplace, bringing that together with how we were directing our marketing program. And you just can't do that with all the sources of information without having good tools to put that data in a format that is usable for decision making. You know, when it comes to Lodestar, I'm not sure there's anybody else who could have come into our situation, done the sort of the basic analysis of what is it you're trying to do, how are we going to design this. You know, we spent a lot of time with Melissa from Lodestar working through let's talk about how you put one of these projects together. This was, although I'd been familiar with the product from past lives, nobody else was in our company. So we had to bring people up to speed on the product and then go into some very technical design work, which frankly was not easy. So as I sit here today, I'm confident we couldn't have gotten that done without the expertise that Lodestar brought to this project, and we couldn't have gotten it done on the time scale that we got it done. So from conceptualizing the product, deciding how we were going to deploy it, working through some really complex issues in terms of how we tuned this up to make it work with manipulating a massive amount of data, we couldn't have gotten to where we've gotten to without Lodestar's help, and IBM's, of course. For one, it gives us far better ability to determine what's moving in the marketplace, what product we want to invest in, giving us great insight, because at any point in time in our business, we are deciding, are we going to invest in 4 or 5 or 6 units that might be $800,000 a piece cost to us. We're deciding whether we might want to buy 30 of these and 40 of those. Add that all up, you're making tens of millions of dollars in decisions, and we turn our inventories pretty fast, and so you're making these decisions across a whole group of manufacturers, whole group of make and models, where if you're wrong and you get the wrong $800,000 unit, that's a world of hurt in our business, right? So you need to be as concise and careful as you can be to do that. So not making inventory mistakes, are worth millions of dollars to us at the scale that we're at. We've got to have product that our customers want, market says they want, and that we can sell. So we spend a lot of money on marketing for a company of our size. So we are making tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of decisions day to day, month to month, of should we do more TV here, should we send out direct mail there, and every time we make one of those decisions, that's a $100,000 decision or a $200,000 decision. I think the one thing I'd like people to know who are contemplating a project like this is that the product itself, because I've watched it over a number of years in Cognos, has evolved significantly. So a lot more capability, a lot more scalability in the product, but still maintaining the fundamental ease of use that I remembered. You better make sure you've got a good partner who's going to work with you through thick and thin. We all know about projects that didn't get there and didn't get there after even significant investment and are really a disappointment to a lot of folks. And I can really, without reservation, say that we really ended up with a much better solution here, working with a great partner in Lodestar, and really got this thing off the ground and began to get the returns, and we hope to continue to do that for a very long time to come.